The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials down 210 rather. Nasdaq is off 36. S&Ps are down 16. Gold contract up 480 at 1283. We have silver up 4 cents, $16.52. Light sweet crude up 27 cents, $65.33. I guess this week is going to be OPEC meeting.
It is. You see that move in oil this morning? We were down at like almost $63 this morning.
Really? No, yeah. I didn't see that move.
We sure
Let's go take a look at that move.
Quite some action in that oil contract.
Let's see.
Man. 63. Not that long ago, we were at almost 73.
Look at that, man. Holy cow.
Yeah, quite a move. What are they putting the low at there? 63.59. And, yeah, from where we were Friday, we were at 67.
Look at that.
Early Friday morning. And quite a cascade Friday all the way through the afternoon. And, yeah, we were just at 73. So what is the high? What is the high on that day? 72.90 we were up, and that is on May 22nd. Not long ago, man.
Rejected lower price, and see you later, man.
And you're right, though. We do a big OPEC meeting coming up this week, so I wonder how that'll shake out. And then a little trade tension start off to the week, maybe.
Totally. Notes and bonds, bottom line, they want higher price. Pretty amazing. If the 10-year note up 4 ticks, 119.23. 30-year bond up 7, 143.28. We get over and we take a look at that 10-year, and it's, you know, it's really amazing, actually. I mean, my take is that these want to go higher, but it's like when fundamentally when you look at it, it's like it's hard to make sense.
And you're saying, so the price of them going higher for lower rates, correct?
Yes, yeah, exactly. Right, as the price goes up, the yield goes down.
Yes.
And, you know, even with the Fed coming out hawkish, the bottom line is that people are buying bonds. Now, what's going to happen with this 10-year right now, folks, now this is where it's going to get pretty amazing, is that the amount of short positions in this 10-year is one of the highest it's been in a long period of time. So as this gets closer to expiration, you could have a real squeeze inside the 10-year, you know, so it's like, oh, man, this, you know.
I was just going to say, and, you know, you could see why that would make sense in terms of we're really into the full swing of actually the Fed hiking for the first time no matter what, right? And so just from that short perspective, maybe higher rates coming, you could see how that could make sense, whether it happens or not. But fundamentally, I mean, they're in a hike, man, and they said two more are coming.
They're in a hike, but that's why the bonds shouldn't be up.
No, right? No, I agree.
That's what's going on.
I'm saying the short interest, you know, people being so short.
Oh, yeah. Oh, totally. Absolutely.
You know,
oh, yeah.
It should be the highest short percentage in a while.
That's right.
Because this is
supposedly it would flip.
Right.
Yeah. There's no doubt, man. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
So right now the 10 years are 2.9. If we go over to that dollar now, check this dollar out, because we had a huge sign of strength last Thursday. What it did, it was basically trying to get into this number for a long period of time, and it did, which is the 95.070.
Okay.
You know, normally if you come into something like that, meaning a swing point, as strong as it did, that should blow that away. You know, we'll find out. I mean, because it came in hard, meaning big volume. I mean, look at the spread last week. The spread last week was 93.180 to 95.130. You know?
But we almost did all of that in that one day, too, when the ECB had that.
Right, right. So we'll see where that baby shakes out. Bitcoin, let's go take a look at Bitcoin. We got Monday morning, you know, the spreads on the Nadex, they're alive and kicking.
They sure are. And we've just kind of been hanging at that level since we plummeted a week ago.
Yep.
From 7,500 about to 6,400 on the news that there had been a hacking over in South Korea, right?
Yes.
So we'll see. We're going to have Jason Paff on the show at 10:40 this morning. So he was talking a little bit about those cryptos. We'll see what he has to say this morning about maybe what's in store.
And the low from May 6th, no, February 6th.
Yep.
is 59.22. So we're getting close to that low.
With that line, man, totally.
Yeah,
and
that's,
and
you know,
kind of that we hung all last week at these levels. It's like maybe it's just waiting, right? Just waiting to jump into that level.
It's going to be wild watching this whole thing shake out. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. You had, this is interesting. So, yeah, let's go look at the NDX because Google invested $500 million into JD.com.
Yeah.
So JD.com, let's pull this up first. So that's up $1.16.
So they're the second biggest online retailer, I think, in China.
Yeah.
That's how they were being
Online
framed.
direct sales company in China. Sell everything. Appliances, computers, digital products.
That's like a $64 billion company.
Look at that number.
Look at those projections, too.
Okay,
wow.
so now that must be in Hong Kong dollars, maybe? I'm wondering. What we're looking at, folks, and we got to figure this out, is that we got the numbers. I just got to figure out if that U.S. dollars or Hong Kong dollars or what dollars. Let me just see. So
yeah,
we're at $472 billion for the year.
No matter what it is, the growth's amazing. In terms of last year, it was like 372 in terms of revenue billion.
Yeah.
And in 2019, it's almost 600. I mean, that's almost a 100% increase in 2 years.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Direct online sales. Yeah, they're growing at 45%, right?
Yeah.
My God. Big numbers.
Look at that earnings on the earnings front, too. I mean, just powerhouse.
They've been making money for a long time, haven't they?
How much of a stake do they get? Do you know what is, because...
Let's see what it says.
Yeah.
$550 million. Google invest... This one, maybe?
Either, any of them, probably.
Yeah.
That's it.
So Google's investing $550 million cash. They're going to buy newly issued Class A shares at $20.29 per share, equivalent to $40.58 on the ADS market. Okay,
Yeah.
So that's almost double the price in the ADS market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just looking. I mean, this is a so here, yeah. 63. Yeah. So JD, which competes with Alibaba, came under fire last month by a hedge fund manager who called JD overvalued and criticized its silly investments. Let's see, said his own internal valuation for the $63 billion company was a tiny failure. So it's worth $63 billion. They invested $500 million. That's what I thought. So it's a marginal, you know what I mean? They'll be in there, but that's a pretty small position in a $63 billion company.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and we talk about artificial intelligence, folks. Check this article out. This is pretty amazing. I saw this morning. This is coming into our lives in a big way. Google is training machines to predict when a patient will die. So a woman with large breast cancer came into a city hospital. Fluids already flooding her lungs. She saw 2 doctors, got a radiology scan. The hospital computers read her vital signs and estimated a 9.3% chance she would die during her stay. Then came Google's turn. A new type of algorithm created by the company read up on the woman. It read 175,639 data points and rendered its assessment of her death. 19.9%. She passed away in a matter of days. The harrowing account of the unidentified woman's death was published by Google in May, and a research highlighting the healthcare potential of neural networks, a form of artificial intelligence software that particularly good at using data to automatically learn and improve. Google had created a tool that could forecast a host of patient outcomes, including how long people may stay in hospitals, their odds of readmission, their chances. What they do...
Yeah, so that's what... Yeah. That they can really sift through the data previously out of reach, notes buried in PDFs, so it's just that
the files were there, but can a doctor, how much can a doctor read, you know?
Right.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. We have the Dow right now down 234. Nasdaq's off 34. S&Ps are down 17. Let's go overseas and see what we had happening last night. I believe...
where's the green on that chart? What is going on? Taiwan and the... What is that, ASX? I'm guessing that's similar to Taiwan, Asia, something, S&P, Asia 200 or something?
Yes.
Let's see, what do they say?
That's the only thing that was... barely in the green.
Okay, we can go back, yeah.
So you had the Nikkei was down 0.7%. You had Shanghai off 0.7. Shenzhen was down. Shenzhen, yeah.
Shenzhen, I think?
Yeah.
SH in the middle. Shenzhen.
Yeah, Shenzhen was down 1.7%. These things, when we bring this up, you're going to see them. These things just can't catch a bid. 6 months, you're from 35.87 to 3,000. Watch when I bring this back on a monthly. You're gonna see this.
Yeah, I remember those days when it was
5,100.
Yep.
And that's in 2015.
And that's when the government was really like imposing no selling allowed. I mean, there was huge panic going on in that June of. It's amazing, June of 3 years ago, man. Pretty remarkable because I remember that.
And look, you have no traction. It didn't matter whether they let you sell or not. Guess what? People are still selling.
Yes.
It's slower. There's no doubt about that. But guess what? It's there. We go over to Europe. We take a look at Europe. The CAC's down 1.1%. The DAX is off 1.3%. Let's go to the DAX first because these indices had made a good run actually. I mean, bottom line is that 2 months ago you had 11,700. You're 1,100 points higher, but you're still not where you were 5 months ago.
Sure.
January is 13,596. It's not a bad-looking chart, though, actually.
Yeah.
When we just put this on a monthly, folks, if you happen to be listening in your car, it's still kind of up to the highs.
It's an amazing looking chart.
It actually
on
is.
a monthly.
Right, it actually is. Let's go inside the Dow, see the strength versus the weakness out here. So there's a lot of green, a lot of red rather. So 3M is putting 21 negative points. Travel 16, Intel 16. The only positive, a big positive one, Chevron. Chevron plus 14, Microsoft plus 4, Exxon plus 1. Inside the NDX 100, we have JD.com's the leader. Facebook up 1.2%. Man, nothing still phases this stock. This is like, and the more that you read about Google and Facebook, they just know everything. So it's like,
you know what's interesting? So I'll tie it into, and happy Father's Day again to all the fathers out there. Yeah. Nice Sunday.
Yeah,
so I was thinking, you see people having Father's Day, so I didn't wish you Happy Father's Day on Facebook, right? Yeah. But I had in previous years, so it's like I feel myself pulling away from Facebook. This is just a fundamental take of my own, right? You're not on there anymore, and it didn't even matter if you were on there because you weren't on there always, right? People go on there, Happy Father's Day. I'm just not on there as much anymore, man. It's just not a factor that is like, the chart's not saying that at all, but it is interesting. I was actually thinking about it this morning. Wow. And if I'm not on there, young kids aren't going to be on there. I say young, like, 16, 17, 18. It's like
they're really on Snap
That's
right now.
it, yeah. I mean, if you're going to lose the people in their 30s, that's where Facebook, and 40s, I feel that's where Facebook has a stronghold. They're big players in the economy.
Right.
They've had them for 30, 40 years of their life.
Right. Wow.
But if you're losing them and they're doing fine, they're not losing any advertisers at all, which is the big part of it. But I was just thinking about that this morning as I came in.
I agree. No, I can see that.
For the first time ever, I thought about deleting it with just all the privacy concerns of just thinking that, and you always knew you were giving up some privacy, but it just got to the point where I felt deceived. Right. It's like, I don't mind giving up my privacy because I'm aware of it, but when you feel deceived, that they purposely were deceiving you to make you think you had privacy, meanwhile, that one crazy Facebook friend you have that clicks on everything, clicked on one thing, and they got all your data. That was the biggest part of that story. That, I mean, everybody has the crazy Facebook friend, all right?
So everyone has crazy friends.
That's
right?
And when you get hooked up with hundreds of your friends, it's just, the law of averages. And I don't say crazy in a bad way. I just mean the person who clicks on everything, does everything, likes everything, shares everything, does everything. They're going to click on that one bad app.
They just dragged you in.
Yeah, that's, so to purposefully hide that from everybody, which is what Facebook did, was where I'm like, oh, well, they're...
Oh, he's deviant, man.
Yeah, there's no doubt. That's where I said, okay, this is not on the up and up.
I don't know if I ever seen the movie, but when you just read about the whole thing at the beginning, he's deviant. That'd be my take on him.
Well, when you're going to become the richest person on the planet, all right, it's you have a quest
you're not
for
be
power.
A virgin.
And as Dave White says it, I like it. All security is only as strong as the weakest link, and that's correct.
That's a fact.
And where it deviated, though, is that I didn't know that they were a link in my security. That's where.
Oh, that's right.
And if they,
for sure.
And that's where they hid that somehow every friend was somehow a link in my security.
And it says, can we, you go to one site and it says, okay, you want to match you up with Facebook?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, okay, sure. It
was really the friend thing that drove me the most absurd, because that just seemed like, and they already had that decree that they were supposed to, like, they were already in court saying we'll never purposely hide what we did.
They already paid a fine.
So what if they hadn't done that? That they would. I mean, they were already supposed to. So anyway.
Well, we'll find out another year that even they think they made another deal. It's going to be just like the banks. It's going to be part of the overhead. The banks figured out, whether it's 20 years ago, I remember when they used to worry about fines. The banks never worry about fines anymore.
And I agree. Believe in the banks. I mean, they do it. The only thing that gets a little bit differently is that you don't really need Facebook. Everyone needs a bank.
Yeah.
That's where it gets a little different to the banks. They can always, because every bank is kind of the same, they just get to choose their prices. Well, they're literally the same. Versus like Snapchat's not the same, Twitter isn't the same. They all have their own little nuances that separate themselves.
There's a story out here this morning, just in the aspect about not needing Facebook. I can't see it right here. But Bloomberg, on the way in, they were reporting it. And what it is, folks, is that there's a new disease out there. What the disease is is gaming.
Yeah, World Health Organization categorized it as addiction.
Right.
Gaming, and I kind of snickered. I enjoy gaming. I'm a huge gamer.
Yeah, that addiction's been always out there.
Yeah,
I guess
what is
now? Now they're just well. Don't worry, Pfizer, one of the drug companies, are going to come up with something to feed right into that deal, man. You'll see the ads popping up any minute.
Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, no, specifically, Dave, they said gaming, not computer. I agree that I think it's all, it's all
Why
connected.
do you think those gaming companies are so big and they have been forever?
Totally.
It's as in all the way going back to the late 80s, early 90s. Just when video games took off, Sony. You had Nintendo, right? You had Sega. You had, going back, Commodore 64. But then who became the big players? Sony and Microsoft.
Right.
They were just instantly, they said, we're going to dominate with the PlayStation and the Xbox, and they literally took over the industry overnight.
And
Nintendo's still there, but
look at that. I mean, I get Sony up $48, decent looking chart.
I mean, I wonder what the breakdown is of a company like Sony, how much money they've made over time through just their one venture into the PlayStation. It's got to be staggering.
Well,
and Microsoft.
Look at this. Gaming Network, 1.8. Is that
that's growth, right?
That's trillion.
That's revenue.
That's trillion yen.
Yep.
That's yen.
Yep.
Home entertainment, 1.2 trillion.
So there you go.
Yeah. That's half their deal.
Motion pictures down at $1 trillion. Sony.
Yeah. So gaming's bigger.
Totally.
Yeah. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow right now down 224, Nasdaq's off 34, S&Ps are down 16. And let's go take a look at some of the higher volume equities and see what we have. So you had option expiration on Friday. Monster volume came in the marketplace. Bottom line is that when you get volume and you get price, which we got, lower price plus volume, my take, that's where you want to go. That being said, as I said at the beginning of the update, I think we're going to get a lower low today, light volume, get a little bounce, and then I think that is all she wrote for the summer. We'll see where this shakes out.
How about Roku? What's going on with Roku? Look at them up $1.84.
Look at that.
That's
So,
a nice little move.
Yep. So let's see what's the. So Roku,
of course, a streaming company, offers wireless-enabled devices that stream audio, video from the internet, and
that baby. You talk about growth there too. Look at that.
Yeah. Can we jump to the news on that?
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
So you're trading $45.13. Likewise, says buy on rapid smart TV growth. Well, you know,
that's just a general. That's on 614 actually too.
Okay.
So maybe, I mean, so they had a 10% pop last week. So maybe that had to do with some of this, and maybe that's just a continuation of what's going on. Yeah, I mean, it's been on quite a rise.
Look at this. So also 23% short interest. So once they get them going, exactly, you know, 1 out of 4 stocks, right? If you get an equity going topside, let's go look at Tesla for a second.
Oh boy.
Once you get it going topside, Tesla's still at 30%.
Yeah.
1 out of every 3 has to be bought back. You know, guess what? You can run a stock pretty good.
I mean, we're up almost $100 in the last 3-4 weeks. Yeah.
Right. And when you look at Tesla, this is what's amazing, actually. When you look at Tesla, you know, when you look at that chart position, it's like, hey, man, you can go back to, what's that, 2017. That's almost a year ago.
Yeah.
Who's ever been shorting the stock, you know, unless you shot it at the very top, you know, you're still in a winning position, but there's not a lot of people in a winning position there. So
definitely,
you're going to see more pressure coming under those equities, you know. So big number, man.
And then I pulled up one of the articles, so just on that gaming deal to get, because, you know, it's pretty intriguing as to that they warn that they can become addictive. I mean, TV's addictive, right?
Yeah,
that's what, you know, it's
trading's
like
addictive.
Video, yeah, but just to stay with trading, you're trading, you can make money, you can, you know.
Right.
It's like there's a difference in terms of being addicted to something that's debilitating to your life. So yeah, the World Health Organization, video game ensnares their child. So video gaming, that's just to bring it into exactly what. But yeah, as we said, you know, digital heroin. Well, guess what? Video games are getting blamed for everything for a while, and you know, the reality is,
what does that say? Digital heroin?
Yeah,
I would say digital.
That's what,
you know what digital heroin is also being tied to your phone. You know what I saw yesterday?
Right. That's what I was saying. TV, being tied to your TV, right?
Totally.
You know, sitting there doing nothing for 4 hours a night watching television. Right. How was that not? Yeah.
I saw, Saturday down in St. Pete, and along the water in St. Pete, just as along the water where you are, right?
Yes.
You know, everyone's running, folks, right?
Yeah.
And so I go by a guy and a girl running, right? They're both in great shape. The girl has her phone out in front of her, like really moving, texting. I looked, I says, oh my God. I mean, and I watched it literally for about 3 or 4 minutes because I just wanted to see, did someone that it was that crucial that had to do it? No, it looked like it's her MO. You know what I mean? And, but guess what? She could, I've never seen anyone actually be running that quick and be able to text.
Sure,
so
that active.
Yeah, it was like, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
She's going to have to basically start swimming or doing something else.
Yeah, no,
you know, to get her head off.
But you know
of
what?
that.
Apple knows that's happening. Google knows that's happening. They're going to tie it in. That's where, you know, you're going to go, hey Siri, and you're going to be able to listen to your text. You're going to be able to talk.
Right.
You're not going to have to use your fingers to type. Everything's going to become much easier in terms of.
Well, that's just, you know, the upgrade just on my computer with the upgrade in the Microsoft.
Yes.
We do that subscription, and they just gave me the thing, so I can talk now instead of type. And I haven't done it. I just got this last week on my computer.
Nice.
So it's like, for how I can type, I'm going to start talking.
There you go.
There's no doubt, man.
Totally.
877-927-6648. Let's get over and take a look at the XAU, the HUI. So what you have inside this metals market, folks, you get big divergence. The physical metal got smoked last week. You know, XAU, HUI, yeah, it came down. I mean, we came down hard. It came down with volume, too. But guess what? You didn't break a swing. And what we're probably going to see out here today, you're going to see, you know, lighter volume. You're going to get under, like the XAU, we're looking at 82.18, 82.25 is a low. You can see the volume was 160 million, monster volume. You get a rejection of lower price without a swing point, guess what? Still going to want a higher price. So
yeah,
that's
just before you jump away, I mean, so we're at 82.20, right? And to bring it back, so where are we going? So April 10th, that's, you know, we're coming kind of right into the high of that bar, 82.40. So where were we in gold on April 10th? Can you just pull up the gold contract, or the GLD, whatever, you know, whatever gold
totally.
contract for April 10th to put things in context about,
that's a great way of doing it, too. Here, why don't you grab that?
Yeah, no, we're there you go. So gold was $65 higher. So that's where you always talk about how the XAU's held up better.
Yeah, it was 13.50, right?
No, April 10th is this day.
Okay.
Right here, where the high was 13.45. You're going to April 11th, which changes. You know, but still, I mean,
I know.
Yeah, no matter what. I mean, gold jumped up and it pulled back. You know, bottom line is we're between $60 to almost $100 higher, depending on how you look at it. So it could have pulled back dramatically more.
Oh,
exactly. The
huge. And, you know, the equities have been acting like that for the past 2.5, 3 months.
Yeah.
That's positive. That's the bottom line.
Yes, definitely.
You know, we'll see what is going to get the contract some juice. Silver didn't break any swings. You know, it's all going to be about the dollar, man. It's like the dollar's hanging out there. Actually, our next guest coming up, I was looking at some of his notes, and he was talking about, Jason was talking about the aspect of these currency meltdowns across the world. The market's going to stop paying attention to it.
Sure.
It hasn't yet. Sure. But bottom line, I totally agree with him. We'll talk a little bit about him because, you know, I saw in 1998, that was when, for about 3 to 4 weeks, everyone in the market says, oh, you don't have to worry about Indonesia. It's a small place. Well, guess what? It wasn't Indonesia started melting down. Russia went next, and even when Russia was starting to go, they says that's Russia. Well, what the market didn't know is that long-term capital had bet the farm and all the banks on Russia, and that went, and as soon as that went, all our banks went.
Cascade, sure.
And that was the cascade, and that cascade, folks, once it hit within 3 days, and it just imploded everything. And then they thought that the thing that's amazing is that when you look back at that, it was very short money compared to what we deal with right now. Like, it was only like $5 billion or something, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like now it would be nothing. You need something with like $500 billion or something. I don't know what the number would be.
It's a big
but
number.
it was a very small number when you actually look back at it.
Tens of billions might be able to put a little cramp in things.
Sure,
but I hear you, right. 5 billion? No, that's not with what we deal with.
You know, pretty amazing. They spit that number out in about a second.
How about Disney? You see Disney getting a downgrade today, just talking about that they might be in a no-win situation as they have to battle it out with...
they got to come up with some real money.
Yeah, and bottom line is that even if they come up with it, you're just still trying to spend to compete with the likes of Netflix, Amazon Prime.
Right.
You know, are they even going to be able to? And that's with The Incredibles 2 animation record. It opened that.
That would make sense. I love those characters. When I was shopping,
down, so that's how little it matters. You know, it's all about the future.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials down 182. You get the Nasdaq off 14. S&Ps are off 11. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Jason Path. We are going to, and we did last week, at every Monday at 10:40. Jason runs the Dutchbook.com, folks. And right now we are looking at the Super Bowl post-game, January 18th, 2018. Right. Jason, welcome back to TFNN.
Tommy, how are you?
Doing well, man. Good morning.
How's your weekend? Good weekend?
It was great. How about you? How was your Father's Day?
It was great. Great time, fun time.
We were just chatting a little bit about the U.S. Open, which was nice on there. And then Koepka with a repeat performance. Got to give him some credit. So it was nice, man. Definitely.
Totally.
Man, I'm still stuck on Phil on Saturday.
That's what Tommy was talking about.
We were chatting about it yesterday. Totally. I was telling him, I said, I think he lost his mind for at least a period of a few seconds. You got to have composure. And, man, it speaks to a lot of things because he lost it in that moment.
No doubt. So, hey, looking at the market, well, first off, folks, you can check out Jason at thedutchbook.com. He has a great newsletter, free newsletter, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about it, Jason, okay? Tell me what's inside this.
We were going through this week's issue during the breaks, you know, and we know quite a week last week. But, yeah, what are you talking about in there this week for the people that don't have access to it, and what are you looking for?
So this week we focused on Bitcoin, oil, and gas, and a little bit of Forex. Last week we were really focused on Forex. It was such a huge week with data, news flow, the central banks. This week we want to see the market digest that a little bit, see how these new levels flow through the market. Some of the news we got last week was anticipated. Some of it was new. We had some buy the rumor, sell the fact action. We just had everything you could want as a trader going on last week in Forex. So this week we really looked back at oil, gas, Bitcoin. A lot of action obviously this week in oil. With OPEC coming up, natural gas, we really feel like has got a nice glide path upward as inventories continue to tighten and June continues to warm. And then as always, Bitcoin. I mean, it's really a pivotal time. When isn't it a pivotal time for cryptocurrency?
Yeah, and we saw, you got a beautiful chart on there.
Sure.
We were going through it, and folks, what we saw, Jason was doing a correlation in between the Bitcoin level and the search level. Tell us a little bit about that. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that caught our eye, Jason, just in terms of the, and that's a fundamental take, but man, in terms of Bitcoin and those searches, if you could, I'm pulling up the chart as we speak, and we'll put it up there, but if you could talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, this is a correlation that stood the test of time, and our view is that for Bitcoin to continue to expand from a value perspective, it needs to expand the user base, simple supply and demand. And really the first step to buying Bitcoin is to download a digital wallet of some form, and we believe the first step of that is to do an internet search for Bitcoin.
Wow, yeah.
So this is something we've tracked for a while,
Yeah.
and there's a strong level of relationship there through the highs and the lows, and you can explain that chicken or the egg, right? Were people searching for Bitcoin and that drove the value? Were we seeing the values go higher and then people piled in and started searching for it? We believe there's a little bit of both, but we're definitely going to need to see more organic interest in Google searches for Bitcoin, we believe, for values to start to ascend again.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Because what's so cool about that? It's really like, if we just discount it, not just didn't say the search, it's just like momentum trading.
Sure.
What ends up happening, you can have an equity that you never heard of, all of a sudden it starts popping, and the momentum traders get on it, and then, hey, it's on the road, right? I mean, it's going,
Absolutely.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what's been interesting is lately, and you can see it in the chart, there's been a little bit of this correlation, and we're continuing to track that. The value is trending above where we'd anticipate the search volume to be. The moving average on the search volume for the last 4 weeks is incrementally better to where we saw it when it was in the lows of early February when we tested 6,000 previously.
Okay.
So this week, next week, we'd like to see that continue to tick up if you believe in a bullish thesis in the near term. If it stays here at some point, that will erode value because there's just not an expansion of interest.
And then if we swap gears for a second, I know, it's funny, we were looking at the natural gas, and I had said to Tommy, I was in Boston Friday and getting on the plane at 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. So I'm up at 4:30, and I'm getting out of Boston. It was like so hot. I was like, what's going on at 4:30 in the morning? And that's what he said to me.
And we have family. My mom's up there, so they're getting records right now, and it's so hot in Florida, I feel like, as well. But yeah, that northeast and across Chicago, I mean, amazing temperatures. And we have the chart of natural gas you have up there, Jason, in terms of breaking above 200-day new support at 200-day. That's what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So June is warming. June didn't start out as warm as we are now. The trend is definitely warmer. And we see a track in the weather forecast to have, since 2010, the second most cooling degree days in terms of natural gas markets and electricity demand. If that continues at our current levels of inventory, which are much tighter and lower than we've historically seasonally seen at this time, there's nowhere to go, in our belief, for natural gas to go but up. $3 is a really pivotal level. I know you guys follow gas closely.
Yes.
Psychologically and technically. And for us to get a close or two above 3 again early this week, that has to, in our opinion, be a new level that we respect, and we see nowhere to go. But up from here, again, anything can happen. But it's a pretty strong bullish case right now for gas.
It's amazing, too, when you think about it, right? And as Tommy and I and yourself, we watch it a lot. We always do the numbers on Thursday. We trade it on the Nadex platform. And in the winter, it was so cold, and they couldn't get it any lower. That was about the most deviant deal in the world, right? Do you know what I mean? I mean, it wouldn't go higher. It just kept going lower.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it was a real sideways grind there for a while. And, it was an interesting phenomenon. But with the move we saw last Friday, again, some momentum back in gas markets.
No, I can see that. Yep. Gas wants higher price. Hot summer coming at you.
And the Bitcoin is remarkable in terms of fundamentally. I would agree with you, Jason. I mean, I really my only experience with Bitcoin beyond Nadex is having a wallet at Coinbase, which is the most generic way to do it. Right? That's the most marquee way. But I did a lot of Googling before I went into that, and we have guests too, but I literally did. So I would agree that it's so new that before you actually get into that market, you do a little bit of research. And so that's intriguing just to see the drop-off in my mind of the generic searches. I mean, there's nothing more than raw material and raw facts about what's going into people's minds.
Oh, totally. Yeah. And it's so new.
That's why it makes so much sense. You really, because guess what? That's the way you explain it, Jason, is exactly how I went about it. I did some Googling, and that's even being an informed person on the subject as well, where we have guests like yourself talking about it.
Right.
We've had our John Jameson on where he walked me through, and I still wanted to Google. I watched some videos on YouTube, you know, of exactly how to do it. Because it's a little bit, you're at risk. We've heard stories. You lose your wallet, you lose your money, it gets hacked. You know, you want a little bit of security in what you do. Yeah.
And so what are you thinking on the oil market? This is going to be a big week in oil too, right?
Huge week. We really believe that OPEC has to raise the caps, but there's risk in that, right? Because there's certainly some discord. If you look at, you know, Iraq and Venezuela wanting to keep caps where they are, feel that the probabilities are much higher for the caps to be raised. We feel like the magic number is 1 million. There may be some, 200,000 a quarter, stair step into it, maybe 500,000 now. They'll review it in a quarter or two, 500,000 later. As long as the market gets some type of plan around 1 million barrels per day, we feel like that'll be pretty bullish to oil, and we'll continue to see price drop incrementally through the rest of this week.
And folks, you can go right over to thedutchbook.com. You can get the newsletter, right? Every Monday here, 10:40 a.m. Jason's going to kick you off for the whole week. Hey, listen, man, you have a great one, safe one. It's always a pleasure.
Too, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much,
Take
Jason.
care. Thank you, guys.
Stay right there. Tommy and I come right back, folks.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors. Learn how to trade options with swim lessons. Brought to you by TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 167. Nasdaq's off 8. S&Ps are off 10. And, you know, as you come over to our website at TFNN, folks, right under breaking news, you have the Nadex market news. This is where you're going to be able to find out a lot more about Jason. He's just wrote an article over there on Friday on the euro, too.
Yeah, so
right?
you just scroll down and there's Jason. He wrote an article on Friday. I know he usually writes at least a couple articles over here. So that one's talking about ECB rocks markets. And, man, if you were following those Forex markets,
seriously,
that is not news for sure. But he just dives into what happened last week, pulled up the article. There's his article. So look for that. And
look
of
at
course,
that man, Mr. Andy Heck. I see his picture there,
that's
too.
what I was going to say. I was just going to say, of course, there's a bunch of other great writers. We've had Bob Iacchino on before.
Yeah.
We may have him back on. We're talking with him. We got our man Andy Hecht over there. He's talking about a couple different. And these are, he had one on Friday as well. He's talking about stocks became a trading rather than an investment market, and then he's got one on the euro as well over there. And then we have, you know,
kicks into high
your beautiful face up there as well for everybody.
What's that? That's the update from this morning.
Yeah, so we put all the updates on here. We'll have the oil. They like to put the oil analysis on here that we walk through. So a bunch of great information, great writers as we have them on. You can check out, and that's all free over there. And then thedutchbook.com. You can go over to Jason's site and just sign up for his free newsletter. We had that up as well, and man, he puts together quite a newsletter just to give. I mean, we didn't even know where we were going to go this segment, but to give a glimpse, this is his weekly newsletter, folks, and we can't even do it justice in the moment we have to talk about everything he puts in here. We talked about some natural gas, right? We talked about Bitcoin. We talked about the crude oil market. Yeah. So check that out. He does a phenomenal job. All of it free over there.
3 heavy scenes, too, man. Meaning those 3.
As in, like, great areas to talk about right now.
I want to bring up natural gas right now, man, because... Oh, look at that. Time goes too quick.
It does. That's all right. Jump back. It's just under $3. We get till Thursday for those inventories. Record highs in the Northeast.
Look at that, baby. 72,000 contracts this morning. That's high volume at highs, folks. Going high. Stay right there. We got swim lessons coming up next, folks. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get them, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.